I'm talking to Jay.
Talking to Jay.
As soon as I talked to Jay, she jumped down, came over. I said, "Oh shit, look at this!" And I'm like, "Wait, what is she doing?" That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff.
I mean, it works better if you like everybody to get to the top. You know what I'm saying? Even Beyonce.
Blue Ivy is not Jay-Z's child. Ty Smith is.
If the shoe had been on the other foot, if the transgressions had been on her side, do you think you would be able to be as forgiving of her as she was of you?
I hope.
It's no secret that the world of hip-hop, while incredible in its own right, is also home to a lot of messy relationship drama. And in today's episode of the soap opera, it seems Nas and Beyoncé might have had a little something going down between them behind everyone's back. Shocking, isn't it? What's more is that reports are saying that Beyoncé's thing with Nas is actually just an effect of a move Jay-Z had made in the past. Hold on to your horses, guys, because this ride is about to get bumpy. Unless you're living under a rock, there's almost no way you wouldn't have heard of the beef between Nas and Jay-Z. But what most people aren't aware of is that their beef wasn't actually birthed from music. Reports say things between the rappers, while had always been complicated, reached a new level of complications when news broke about Beyoncé possibly having something to do with the One Love rapper. So how did things deteriorate to this point between the three of them? Well, for starters, this wasn't actually a triangle. It was more of a square, as there's a fourth party involved. It's already years later, and the battle between Nas and Jay-Z has pretty much just gotten any prettier over time. The two bitter rivals have a much better relationship these days, but I'm sure nobody wants to relive this madness of their youth again, or at least so we thought. Nas's ex and the mother of his daughter Destiny, Carmen Bryan, sat down with JD Vlad and broke down her past relationship with the rapper and her decision to cheat on him with Jay-Z. That's right, the man's baby mama literally stepped out on him with Jay-Z, and boy, she hasn't been shy to talk about it. The problem was who I was cheating with, she said. Now, had I been cheating with some nobody who just wants to play Nintendo all day and smoke cigarettes in front of the TV, that may not have been a problem. Okay, like Carmen, we can get through that. We can get past that. But I was cheating with individuals that were in the same genre of music, the same circles, the same company. But I didn't look at it as if I was doing anything wrong. I felt like this is my circle too. These are my peers too. Like I'm in the box too. Remember the single, Is That Your Chick? That was the beginning of one of the biggest battles of all time. She then broke down her time with Hov. I had a relationship with Jay-Z, but the thing about Jay-Z and I, we were friends before anything. That was my best friend before we became intimate, before we became lovers to any extent, before anything became physical between us. That was my friend. What makes this whole story even more over the top is that Jay had already gotten with Beyoncé at this time. So all the stuff that was happening between him and Carmen was basically just him cheating on his now wife Beyoncé, and knowing her, she wasn't going to let things slide so easily. According to reports, Beyoncé didn't exactly take the news about Jay-Z stepping out on him very well. In fact, it hurt her so bad that she made a whole song about her rapper husband stepping out on her. Yep, that's right. The singer has finally released her long-awaited 7th studio album, which features 16 tracks including the summer anthem, Break My Soul. And she uses its 16 tracks to give an abridged version of life following a series of metaphorical bombs on her previous album, 2016's Lemonade. Appearing to refer to the criticism around their relationship over the past 6 years on Plastic Off the Sofa, Beyoncé sings, "We don't need the world's acceptance. They're too hard on me, they're too hard on you, boy." She also appears to show a softer side towards Jay, who she married in a top-secret intimate wedding on April 4th, 2008, the 4th day of the 4th month in honor of their favorite number. Beyoncé croons, "Boy, I know you can't help but to be yourself around me. And I know nobody's perfect, so I'll let you be. It's the way that you wear your emotions on both of your sleeves, till the face you make when I tell you that I had to leave." Beyoncé also hints at the women Jay-Z is rumored to have been with an alien superstar and how no one came close to their chemistry. She sings, "I'm one of one. I'm number one. I'm the only one. Don't even waste your time trying to compete with me. No one else in this world can think like me. I'm twisted, contradicted, keep 'em addicted." On the album, she also sings about empowerment and hints she was in the driver's seat when it came to deciding where their marriage would go. On the first track, I'm That Girl, she sings, You see it when you look at me. I didn't want this power. I didn't want this power. You know my love is my weakness. Don't need drugs for some freak shit. I am just high all the time. I'm out of my mind. But what is shocking about all of these details is that even after all of this was already in the media, it didn't stop her from having her way. You know, as the saying goes, revenge is a dish best served cold, and boy, did she serve it to Jay ice cold. According to reports, it seems Queen Bey might have actually had an affair with Nas a while after news broke of her husband's infidelity. Now, it may seem a little random, but as I mentioned earlier, Nas and Jay-Z actually had a long-standing beef at the time. And considering Beyonce's goal was probably to hurt Jay-Z just as much as he hurt her. And what better way to do that than to have something with the very man he hated the most in the world at the time? Well, while we could easily say Jay's beef with Nas was the primary reason for Beyonce's getting with the rapper, there's actually another angle to this story. You see, according to news outlets, Jay-Z's affair was actually with Carmen, who appeared to be Nas's girlfriend at the time and baby mama. So technically, if she did cheat on Jay with Nas, it would literally just be her doing the exact same thing he did to her. But it turns out Jay's time with Carmen wasn't just a one-night stand, as most people would like to believe. It was actually a full-blown affair with feelings involved. And no, these aren't my words. This revelation actually came from Carmen herself. Ex-girlfriend of Nas and supposed catalyst for the legendary Jay-Nas beef has come out to speak on her relationship with Jay. And let's just say she spilled a lot more than most people expected. Carmen Bryan's tale is that during the 90s and early 2000s, she was Nas's regular girlfriend. But in 1994, they had a daughter, Destiny. But that at several points during this time, she was seduced by the wiles of the singular Jay. Let's start with a little backstory. In general, male musicians from rock to hip-hop have used their women lovers as weapons against their male rivals. To use another example close to this one, Tupac suggested that he'd hook up with Faith Evans on Hit 'Em Up to aggravate Biggie, to which Big responded on Brooklyn's Finest. And in all cases, it's a despicable practice. In It's No Secret, Bryan illuminates how this affected her and how she was torn between the two men, seemingly sparing no detail. And after Is That Your Chick dropped, Bryan came clean to Nas, whom she describes in the book as physically abusive, about her affair, which would escalate his feud with Jay. Bryan details the first time she met Jay, whom she mostly addresses by his government name, Sean Carter, or SC, when he was a fledgling rapper nipping for her attention, despite her relationship with Nas. At first, she was uninterested, but they developed a friendship which eventually turned into something more. Now, it seems Beyoncé might have had her way with Nas as retaliation, but it looks like she was a little more discreet than her husband. Well, considering how big this topic is, a lot of fans have been weighing in on the conversation, and it looks like some people have been aware of the affair way longer than most of us thought. One person wrote, LOL, y'all know Nas and Beyoncé was dating at one point of time when his baby mama Carmen was having an affair with Jay-Z and Diddy. Another user who also seems to be aware of what was going down wrote, did Nas smash Beyoncé back in the day? Yes, he did. Did Alicia Keys have an affair with Swizz Beatz before they married? Yes, she did. Whether or not she actually had an affair with Nas is still unknown, but only time will tell. That's it for this video. Goodbye.